I'd like to welcome you to the channel. If you're new, I'm glad you stopped by. Got a lot of information I'm going to share with you. I'll start with this video here. I did a series. This is really important here. How to know what the bar will be before it even closes. Down to the seconds, you should know where the high and the low of the bar is actually being set. The threshold, how far the candle will pull back before resuming, and then the price action trend. You just need to be able to count to 10. Price action methods. I use the majority principle, which states the minority is compelled to follow, and then the chart scale. I teach how to read your bezel. All right, so let's do a little bit of all of that. All right, so currently, right now, if you go to the center of your chart, we're going to just take that bezel right here. All right, just go here, and then once you accomplish that, come to the center here, and they're already up at the top, which is fine. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to divide this portion in half. All right, so that's a little too high, just a little bit. Now I'm going estimation here, it's not perfect. Typically, they should stay up here. Now they absolutely can come to the center of the chart and then resume. But you don't want them to come too far, because if they do that, you're working with a whole different trend. You don't want that problem. All right, so the things that you're going to look for. This is a 15-second chart. I'm doing it for brevity. I want to make sure you get this information. I can get off here. So the mid of the candle, because they're trying to go up, you want to see if that can exceed that bar's high. If not, you want to see if the mid of this candle can exceed the bar's low. All right. Now I do have indications for all of this stuff, but I want to make sure that you could read the chart with nothing on it. All right. So you want to see if you can find that. If you cannot find that, the next thing I want you to find is this. All right. Now it's giving us that sell side information there. Now if they do that, this is what it's telling you that it's willing to do. If they're willing to do it, depends on where that bar closes, it's saying that it's going to go right there. All right, so the stop would go above here. It can come back to the threshold of the bar, which is roughly, give or take, right in this area here. If it's going to make that distance, it may pull up to that, and then it'll drop down and it'll go that far. The stop would be here, right behind that bar. Now, you can find a body that can fit in there twice. That's another way you can see this information. The next thing you'll want to find is this: big wick, little wick. Try to get all three is more ideal. All right, you may not get all three. It's suggesting it again. So you would, again, just go with that same information I just provided you. Okay, now we're fighting against the chart scale, but this is what it's saying it will do. All right, so it can say it can go here, or it's going to go this far. It's just, yeah, it's just going that way for right now. All right, so we got to see what it's willing to do. That's the most important thing. They're making their way to this one here. I'm pretty certain if they can do that, they can do this as well. I got a few things running in the background, so do bear with me. All right, so they're still above the upper half of the chart, if you will, but that's saying that they can come here. And again, that stop would be here. No hindsight. All right, no hindsight. I'll teach you how to read the chart with nothing on it. All right, really important that you learn this because it's simple. It's not complicated. All right, so the stop would have been here. There's the threshold. They, of course, didn't make it. They ended up making both targets. Should the mid of this live candle, because that's what this candle would be. It would be the live candle, the one that's moving. If that mid exceed the high or exceed that low, that's how you're getting into that trade. The threshold was here. All right, you preferably would want them on that bar, because they'll come back, and that's just what the market does. It cycles, so it could come back and then you want it to leave. It can come back and then you want it to leave. All right, it goes too far, it can run your bar. Just think of it like that. All right, so still at the center of the chart, I'm gonna just adjust this just a hair. It's not much. All right, so we're just gonna leave that there. Now the next thing that you're going to find, and it's really simple, if the market is going to make 7 bars closing lower. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 7. The market is like you and I. Whenever you have a thought, you have the end in mind. And so if the market wants to go further, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. Sometimes it may come to the center of that trend, which will give or take right here. And then it'll turn back around and offer you the distance, but on an internal move. All right, just want to tell you that. So it may not get all the way down there. It can very much come up here to the center of the 7 and then come off of that and then maybe give you something less than that. All right, or it can turn right back around and give you the trend back up. And so you would take those same rules and you just turn it around. All right, that's all you would do. This mid is exceeding that high. What is the market suggesting? All right, that it would move up here to the center of that. It did it from this one as well, but I think they already made that. Let's see. It did it from this one here. All right, I think they already made this one though. Let's put it right on that close. And that was close. All right, so maybe it's going to offer it to us on the inside. All right, so it can do that. It can go slightly under there. Now, it definitely can come under there if it wants to. I thought it maybe wanted to slow down. Let's get that full projection just one more time in case it actually wants to make it. All right, just go to the close. Again, that'll probably land them there. I'll color these lines just a little bit so we can differentiate what is the trend and what is not. All right, so let's just kind of do this. All right, so now we're just waiting to see which one of these. That's not bad for them to get that far. That's not bad. Again, no hindsight. Just pull up the chart, take a look, see can you find the things that I'm describing. All right, so they gave us that scenario here. All right, so that downside action, you would do that, take it from there to there and down to the close. All right, you do that. And so they did that here. And so you would do this. Oh, don't want to grab that. And that's agreeing with this information here. All right, now will it make it that far? At this point, there's a good chance. I must admit, there's a good chance. They were starting something pretty decent here, but that didn't pan out. Let's see what it can do. Now I'm gonna put the threshold here on this bar. And again, I got all of these indications that will be on your chart if you want the indicator suite for $100. It will find all of this and the threshold, this scenario, this information here will find all that, and it will even plot the trend and give you the target. It will put the line right down here and let you know what that target is without you having to do pretty much anything other than to monitor what's going on. All right, I even have a chart scale also that does not move, so you don't have to deal with having to constantly draw these lines. All right, so everything that I'm explaining to you, I have an indication that will actually provide that information for you, and you just need to just watch it. That's all. Watch it and see can it get there. All right, so now $100, and there's a ton more. I got like over 300 indicators. I'm trying to give away for $100, $100. That's it. All right. $100 just to help you guys out. Now it may want to come back here and then turn back around, but if not, we're going to go ahead and give this projection and say, hey, it can probably go there. All right. I do suspect it's going to go back up. Maybe just not right at the moment, but it will. It will. I think it will. Let's see what it's going to do. The closer that it gets to the center of the scale, you may constantly see these rotations. I doubt that they'll make it down here, but I could be totally wrong about that. And again, you're not concerning yourself with anything so far off. The goal is to read what's here because hindsight will never stop you out. All right, so that's why I want to make sure that I show you this information. Let's put our threshold here. We didn't put it on this bar. So hindsight will never stop you out, and that's the most important thing that I want you to know. So it's no need to go and look so far to the left if you can't make sense of what's happening here on the right. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's see what's the plan. What is the plan? Are they going to hold this threshold? All right, so let's just kind of drag this across. I see they made it up here. Or are they going to go into this one and then, of course, and eventually blow it and move down? Let's go ahead and count our bars because if they want to make a trend, that's one, I'm sorry, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. They just need 2 more if they're going to make that happen. They're in the right place if they're going to try to turn it back down. All right, so we got a threshold here. Okay, we can just project this forward just a little bit here. And if they, of course, want to make 2 more here, then we would just take that distance because it's like you and I. Whenever you have the thought, you have the end in mind. All right, and so you go with what it is that you want primarily. However, you'll settle for the secondary effect. So it's important that you understand this is a decision place. That's all it is. You can look at it as open, high, low, and close. That's fine if you want to go with that, but at the end of the day, the market is just make is about making choices. That's all. It's choice making. All right, and I just want to teach you how to make better ones. That's all. So here you go. Same thing. If it's going to come down, I believe the minute this candle is fall. Yeah, the minute that candle fell below there. The indicators that I have would allow you to have text, color, levels, whatever you prefer. All right, to get the information on the chart displayed in a way that you can comprehend it. All right. So they turning from the zone here. All right, so now let's do our chart. I'm gonna draw this out one more time. We're gonna come to the center of the chart, go to our bezel. All right, the moment you pull up the chart, you'll do it this way. This is how professional trading actually looks. All right, it's not complicated, it's not convoluted. Well, we can just use this right here, but I did want to draw that again. It's not convoluted. All right, it's not a whole bunch of crazy stuff. All right, it's simple. All right, so we didn't get our two, but it can still happen. All right, so halfway, they're coming back here. They're doing this, which says that they're going to go up there. So this one didn't work. They came past that pattern. Yeah, they went past that. All right, so this is what's get ready to take place here. All right, so let's do this. I told you I do believe they can stay up. That's the center of the chart. All right, so this kind of makes sense that they're trying to build a trend here, back up. That makes a lot of sense. Let's get our high here, 890. Okay, let's get our high and close here, 890.50. So yeah, so that's one more. So we got one more. We only need one more to go, and then I must go. All right, so okay, we got big wick. We got the big wick, little wick. All of it is showing up for the short, but I believe that that may not work. All right, so we got the big wick, little wick. All of it is showing up for the short, but I don't think that that's going to be what they're going to do. I could be wrong. They got 6. That's not bad. Okay, we only need one more. Can they still get back down here and go back up? Yeah, they could. They've done that just then, so they can do that. They can come back down here and make most of this, and then turn around and come back up, give you the one more, and then take off on you. All right, so I don't think this is going to work. Just in my opinion, I think they're chasing, chasing everyone out of the long. That's all. So squeezing them out and then taking back off. But we'll see. We'll see. They'll give it to us in just a moment what they plan to do. All right, so if they're going to make that move, the threshold would be here. I like it on the bar that started it all. Out of the two, I want it on the bar that started it all, and they're doing it again. All right, so now we would do the same thing, kind of just take that distance and blend it together. And that's saying that they're going to run this. All right, that's saying that they're going to run that. That could protect your stop potentially, or they can actually hold this. All right, they could. If they're going to hold it, they're in the right place, and they need to hurry up and turn it back around. All right, that's all I would tell you. You need to hurry up and get to it right now, not later, but now. All right, same thing. They're still sitting in the same area. It's just wash, rinse, and repeat. That's all you're doing. You're doing the same exact thing, waiting for the response. You should already know where this should take place. You should know, and I'm telling you how you should know. You should know. You should know. All right, and we're just looking for the direction. What is the thought? What is the idea that the market has about what it wants to do? And then once you find that, okay, once you find that, you listen to what it is that it's suggesting. All right, if it's saying that, hey, I want to go now, you do exactly what it says it's wanting to do and go with them. All right, tighter rotations, but it still work. All right, it still work. It's a little small. Okay, let's go right there. It can still work. It absolutely can still work. They can come up here, fail, and come right back in this direction here. And again, this is stripped down information here. Nothing on the chart. Nothing on the chart. I would like to see him get to one of these targets, just one of them. I don't want to hold the video long. I really don't. I want to give you guys just something to look at over the weekend. Keep your eyes on that daily. I don't believe that they'll make it up to that. I said it and I put it on my other channel, Day Trader Today, and of course the X and all the different platforms. But the 30,605, I believe, you're going to want to try to see if they can close outside of that going into next week. All right, just see if they can close outside of it. Just see if they can get that done. It seems like the daily actually wants to turn around. I don't like the turnaround. I think it's a problem, but the contract rollover kind of showed me something a little bit different, but it's still pretty much one and the same in my mind, that it could end up being an issue Overall, even if we were to come down more, I do suspect that we may want to get up to 35. I want to say 35,000, somewhere in that area. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Let's see how they handle this high. I did tell you guys that they could end up holding this high for the rest of the month, and we'll see. Next week it's going to tell a lot. All right, it's going to tell quite a bit. They're trying to stall us out, but they're at that threshold. It cannot be both. Always remember that. The chart is always doing it's always doing something to deceive you. That's all. It can't be both. All right, it can't be both. And there's no deception if you just listen to it. Not what you think. Get out your head. Don't think anything about it. Just apply what's relative. Okay, we know this is relative. All right, they went up there and they touched it and turned. They came here, touched it and turned. So just apply what's relative. That's all. Just apply what's relative. They're suggesting again. They're suggesting, but it can't be both. Overall, one of these scenarios must work. All right. So we still have. Well, they ran this pattern here. They ran this one. They're about. I think that they'll run this one. They almost made it here. All right. So what we're constantly looking at, okay, at this point, we're going to just say at this point, neither one should end up getting hit in just a moment. It's a tighter window, All right, I want to make sure I tell you that's a very tight window what they're doing. All right, we're just going to kind of do this, kind of mesh this in there, because this is what you're really up against currently. That's what you're up against. You're up against this candle, okay, which is this one. It's this candle here, and you got a problem with this one currently. These are the only two candles, despite what they're doing. This is all you're looking at. Leave this alone. Don't worry about this. This is not your real problem. All right. It may frustrate some of you. This is not your problem. Not at all. Okay. It cannot be both. They can't do both. Time only permits you to exercise one choice at a time. That's it. That's it. Okay. And so if they're going to choose to take this up, it's going to happen. If they're going to choose to take this down, it's going to happen. Your best place is to be exactly where you need to be in order to accomplish the fulfillment of the choice in time. That's it. And please look at it like that, because that's what this is. It's a decision place. They make decisions. It was already made before the chart started moving. You're just allowed to participate. All right. So try to understand that you're in a market full of professionals. They are serious, and you need to be too. Let's do our diagram again here. To the bezel. All right, to the bezel. To the bezel. All right, come on, do it with me. To the bezel. What we got? Okay, we got to draw it again because it's starting to move on us just a bit. To the bezel. All right, what do we got? It's very tight, but it's the same process. No matter how many candles they're printing, it's the same process unless this get hit or that get hit. All right, and that includes the actual stop. Okay, so that includes the stop around this activity. Okay, we only need one more bar higher. Remember I said that. So that includes this pattern. You're not paying attention. This is called position building. What they're doing right now, they're building themselves for that move. All right, you need to be able to do the same. That's all. Do the same. Do not let these guys trick you. It can only be one or the other. Of course, you got to pay attention to your risk. Make sure you do that, because they do that as well. It cannot be both. It absolutely cannot be both. Invite someone to the channel. Have them come take a look. All right. I'm just trying to help you learn how to read the chart if you're having trouble. Trying to help you do it. All right. So let's just kind of color this. We don't want to get everything kind of mixed up here. We're still above the center of the chart. Okay. Remember your bezel. Remember your bezel. That's a major piece to what it is that I'm trying to tell you. Major piece. We're still above the center of the chart. Still above it. Okay. Now we only need one more above here. We got it. Okay. So there's your 7. Okay. Actually, it came in here. So there's your trend here. So what you would do is you would take this, no matter how much time they spent doing that. Okay. You would take that there. And you would put that here. I know I didn't get as much participation on that last video because I had to talk about something that made, I'm sure, some people uncomfortable, but it's just the truth. And I'm not trying to trick you. I don't want to force you to try to purchase more education. what I'm teaching you is worth thousands of dollars, and you can have it for free. Okay, you can have it for free. So you don't have to contact me unless you want to pursue your education beyond what I'm showing you here on the channel. All right, so that may make some people uncomfortable, but I don't audition for business. All right, I'm not into this for that. I retired. Okay, I'm just trying to help. All right, so do understand, try to support the information to help someone else. Just help someone else. That's what this channel is all about. We're trying to help someone. Same way I'm trying to help you. And I absolutely have enjoyed delivering the content, and I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.